Ready? Hey, everybody, welcome.
Booyah!
Booyaka. Welcome, everybody, back to the Spinner Rack. I'm here with the boys, Cal and Petey. Hey, today we're talking about the madness that's going to be happening tomorrow. That is Saturday, November what? November 28th. That's the fight between Iron Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Is
That's
this for
tomorrow?
real? It is tomorrow. Is this for
Oh
real?
my God.
Yeah. Should it even go through? We've talked about it. What is your opinion, people? Give us your heads up. But first of all, I'm going to go to the Cal. Tell me what your thoughts on this, the Cal.
Before he goes, I'm gonna go get a drink. I think I need a drink for this one. Okay, sorry. Go.
No, if you got something to say, PD, please say.
No, that's what I
What's your
had to
thoughts on this
say. I
matter?
need a drink for this. I didn't know it was Saturday. I thought it was somewhere in the future.
Well, everybody thought it was going to be in the future, like never.
Yeah.
And it showed up, you know. It's pushing out quality fights that could be coming out today, coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
You know, but, I can't even believe people are betting money on this damn thing. So
Sorry again. The floor is Cal's.
the Cal's, your turn, bro.
Yeah,
Bring
how
it
did
on.
they get this thing approved? I mean, this isn't like two older boxers who are just gonna beat the hell out of each other, and it's a sad sight. These guys could literally hurt each other, like do some damage to the point where okay, they're not right for the rest of their lives. Who proved it?
Yeah, I mean, I think what is it? 2 minutes? They've knocked down the rounds. The rounds are supposed to be shorter.
This is Mike Tyson.
It's Nevada. Nevada approved it. You know.
This is Mike Tyson. I mean, I understand that this pandemic has lowered the amount of entertainment that we can get, but this is still Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, in terms of punching power, could do good bodily harm to the average guy with one punch. He's still Mike Tyson at the end of the day. In his 70s, this guy will probably still hit like a jackhammer, okay, where other guys are still trying to like tear apart two pieces of paper. I just don't understand how they got this thing approved. They could really and they're not young anymore. They could really hurt each other. Roy Jones is these are two guys who would have never been in the same ring with each other in their prime. Why is it okay now? Why is it okay now?
Yeah, I mean, it's not okay. I think what happened is that we have the whole issue with Floyd Mayweather, where he fought Conor McGregor.
Different.
And then you had no, it's not. But
Yes,
that's an exhibition. But at least they're in their prime. And then you had the whole YouTube guys, those two guys, Paul and some other dude from England, where they also fought. And people saw, hey, there's money to be made in these exhibition fights. A lot of money to be made. And so I think the original fight with Tyson was supposed to be with some mixed martial art guy named Sapp, and that seemed to have fallen through. So then they started looking for other people. I mean, we're talking about Tyson's expected to make, and listen, I don't know how these numbers are real. I don't know if they're talking about it. They're talking about he's making like $10 million off of this. Roy Jones Jr. could pull in about $3 million if people buy these fights. I mean, that's a
Do they
lot of
need
money.
the money or something?
Clearly, when Tyson is always running through cash and stuff like that. But hey, $3 million in your pocket, you can't say no to something like that. You take the hit.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
I've been told quite a few times, why don't I join the boxing division, take one punch and make that $1 million for the family and call it a day. I've been told that quite a few times.
Because you would no longer know who you are as an individual, okay, and would never be able to have solid food again for the rest of your life as you wear a diaper. That's why you don't do it.
Do you want the what's the name, the Pacquiao package? Do you want that package that he got where it wasn't even, the thing was the punch was something he didn't see coming. He was sort of winning that round, and that punch was just like, I'm gonna leave that right there and I'm gonna accent it at the end and finish them. That can happen. The problem, no, I don't even get to that. We got you getting into a fight. That's crazy, right? Going into the boxing ring.
That's what my family's asked me to do quite a few times, to sacrifice for them. And clearly, as PD will know, they don't love me.
Oh my gosh! I hope they don't do that.
They always say, just take the one hit to make it a fish. Just one hit to make it a fish, and then you do a Leon Spinks, never get back up. I'm trying to say.
Notice he was already moving. I don't want to take no more. I'm rolling back with that punch. I'm not getting back up. But no, the thing is like this. It works negatively for both of them, whoever wins. We think Tyson's going to win, and it's more than likely Tyson's going to win. And who's waiting next? The meatball, Shannon Briggs, to kill Tyson. And why? Because Tyson hasn't been in the round. Like, Shannon Briggs is still fighting. Like, it doesn't matter how much better a puncher. You can see in Shannon Briggs' last fight against what's Lennox Lewis. He was getting the better of him, but Lennox knows that doesn't move off of the, he's not off the line. So he just all he had to do is throw punches right down the middle, and he won. But going against being out of the ring that much rust, you got to get all that rust out of you. So then you go to Roy Jones winning on a miracle. He wins. Oh no, I have to go back. What's the name? Roy Jones's defense is his speed. And that's why when he lost his speed, he was getting caught out there and getting dropped. So if you don't, unless he changes his whole style where he has a real guard, that he's really trying to stay away from punches, not just sort of brace stuff. Like, his whole thing was speed. And with that gone, he's really in danger. Now Tyson, as he was in the last fights where he had 3 to 5 rounds of being vicious and then running out of steam and then just sort of standing around getting hit. I don't want that. So somehow Roy is able to pull this out. There's going to be a number of people lined up to kill him. So if either one makes out of this fight a winner, they're going to be people lined up to take the second fight and mop. Terry Norris did to Sugar Ray Leonard, just knocking them all around the ring. And you think that you can fight, and in truth, you can't fight anymore. It's over.
Who wants to see that? That's my whole thing.
Yes, that's.
I'm refusing this.
There are people out there who will pay money to see it. They don't care. It's a train wreck. It's a train wreck inside of a nuclear bomb exploding, and they'll be like, "Wow, just look at the whole thing." I mean, he's right though. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because these fighters. I mean, I've been there too. When you think, "Oh, I still got one good one in me," and then it goes better than you thought. And you're like, well, maybe I got 2 or 3. You're like, no, that just went better than you thought. You really need to stop. This is some stuff where, oh man, you get older, your body it takes longer to heal. It's just like, after a while, the guys who are good were the guys who got out when they were on top and they can go on with their lives and the stuff is centered. Because these guys over here, whoever wins, if it comes out like a better fight than they expected, this is not a money thing. This became a glory thing. I can go back and, I can get that glory again. And that's very addictive, for fighters at the end of the day. I can go back and, I'm just as good as ever. And it's like, this isn't Rocky. This is not Rocky at the end of the day. You will, what is it? These guys can hit you and they should know this. These are championship level fighters. These are guys who have perfected their hitting power for their weight divisions. They can hit each other the right way, and their IQ will go from 160 to soup. I just don't understand why this stuff gets approved. I'm like, I don't think it's good for the spectacle, but I don't see how it's good for boxing. I don't. It's good for boxing.
And sorry, I said the wrong thing about Nevada. It wasn't Nevada. It's California that's actually sponsored. It's going to be 8 2-round, 8 rounds, 2 minutes long, which is shorter than what is normally done. But
Tyson, I don't know a lot of people knew Tyson has asthma. Okay, so Tyson has asthma, so he wasn't really built to go 10, 12 rounds or anything of that nature. But Tyson's punching power made it so that he didn't have to go 10, 12 rounds or anything of that nature. He was just killing people within the first minute. So that was like a totally different thing. And then the situation with Mayweather and McGregor, that was a great example of an aging fighter who put together a seamless plan and executed it. Somebody who should have never been in the ring with him McGregor's thing was to go over there and McGregor's stuff is martial arts. That's where he was going to go. He gave up literally 50% of his arsenal to get into the ring with an established boxer like Mayweather. And then he had the nerve at the end of the fight to say, well, he didn't knock me down. I was like, this guy was beating you in the head you were just taking punches. Like, what was supposed to happen? He was supposed to beat you down because your head is thick. You should be thankful that the ref stopped you. Being knocked out is not fun. It's not fun at the end of the day. So That was a totally different thing. At the very least, Mayweather was still bringing some stuff to the table.
Well, Mayweather was still one of the best fighters in the world. I mean, this guy's conditioning is crazy. But I just want to tell you real quick, announcing the undercard, right? Here's the undercard for this.
There's an undercard?
Yes. Jake Paul.
Like a real fight?
Yes. So Jake Paul, he's the brother of Logan Paul, that huge YouTuber who fought the guy KSI. You know, Jake Paul and his brother were supposed to fight the brother of KSI. I don't know if that ever went through, but Logan Paul fought KSI, and supposedly those guys made like $10 million off the YouTube guys. But Jake Paul's supposed to play. Guess who he's supposed to fight? Nate Robinson, the basketball player.
Oh yeah, you can tell. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and then you have Badu Jack. He's a boxer, and then you have Hashim Raham. I don't know who these guys are, but it's interesting.
Say that last one again.
Hasim Rahman Jr. as a cruiserweight.
That's the son of the guy that.
Probably the son, not him. I don't think it's him. You're right. That's what I was saying. I don't think it's him. But these rounds are under 8-6, 8-6 minutes, so it's not going to be long for any of these guys, you know. But I was pretty surprised that Nate Robinson would do this. But you know, the exposure and the money, and you know, Logan Paul is definitely going to probably be pushing for his brother or whatever, you know. So now that I'm hearing it, it may make some money, you know. The very fact that these exhibitions are going to go through. But is it safe for Tyson? Is it safe for our boy Jones? Jones is 210 pounds. Tyson is 220 pounds. You know, and that's what they were weighing before. Let's see if they get into fighting shape. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know. It's a train wreck waiting to happen. But you know what? Like Kyle was saying, it may be something people want to see. You know.
Yeah, they want to see the spectacle. They want to see people
Who wanted to see this? I mean, Mars, you're the biggest boxing, exponent here. And all the conversations I've had with you, you never stopped and said, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson, come out of retirement and have an 8-round, 2-minute, 2-minute round fight. That's something I would really be interested in. We don't even have conversations like, hey, what would it be like if Mike Tyson in his prime fought Roy Jones Jr.? Because we already know what the result of something of that would be. Mm-hmm. This is like, we've got nothing else to do. Who can we get in there? Okay, we can't get them in there. Who's going to say yes? What are you going to do next? Try to resurrect Muhammad Ali? What the hell? Well, this is not something that should be happening.
That could happen, the way they're rolling.
It's I don't know. I mean, well, hell, why didn't they put Layla Ali against Tyson? I mean, that'd probably be a more entertaining fight. She'll probably kick his butt. You know what I'm trying to say?
Go the other way, Roy Jones. I'd be afraid for Roy too in that one too.
Now you're thinking we get hey, we can cover all the bases. We got an Ali in the ring, okay?
That's right.
We got an Ali in the ring, and we're woke because we got a woman in there saying that women can do whatever men can do, okay? Yeah, we can market this now. Punch them.
Hey, and if she wins, and which she should, and if she wins, then it will be the lineal champion. Ali continues the whole lineal championship.
No, she's not going to win it. She's not going to win it.
Let's say she wins. Klitschko will come back and pound her into dirt. He'll be like, Klitschko Ali, and then he'll just pound her in the dirt. You don't think that? You think he's going as bad as Klitschko? I'm going. The bad Klitschko, the champion.
What do you mean the bad? You don't mean the younger brother, not the older brother.
The one who had all the championships.
That's the older brother.
Good. Yeah, which one was good? Not the one who's the champion.
They're both champs. They're both champs. But I mean, the older brother
had it for longer. He married a girl from Heroes.
Was that the older brother? Yeah, that's the one who became a mayor, right? Vitali or it's like the two brothers who Vladimir.
He's gonna come back after being embarrassed by Tyson Fury. Oh, then Tyson Fury. One of these guys have to fight Tyson Fury.
No. That's death. They might as well just say, hey, can I get the Undertaker, please?
Tyson versus. You can see it. Tyson versus Tyson Fury.
Tyson versus Tyson. Yes. Which one will win? Iron or Fury? And so yeah. Look, I don't approve of this. I think this is nuts. Yeah. These guys are. How old is Tyson right now? He's got to be at least in his 50s, and so much Roy Jones. you know, it's just too much. Someone like Mike,
Boxing years, he's 5,000 years old.
Someone like Mayweather fighting in his own weight class. This guy's a gym rat, as they've always said. You know, I bet you he's really in pretty good condition for a boxer, period.
Yeah.
I think if he was 50, I'd say, all right, possibly. But we've seen the ups and downs of Tyson throughout the years. You know, his struggles and stuff like that.
A lot of downs in his last fight.
And Roy has been pretty, yeah.
Tyson, most of the stuff that we saw with Tyson after he went to prison, Tyson is like the story that most people probably expected from Muhammad Ali after he didn't box for 3 years. Okay, mm-hmm. Nobody expected. Ali was a totally different fighter before those 3 years. He was quickness, it was footwork, it was all of this. Mm-hmm. What he did show, and one of the reasons why he's really up there when it comes to the boxers, is that he could take a punch. He could stand, he could brawl, he could fight off the ropes. Totally different fighter, but was still, that mind and that just
ring gentlemanship.
That's where he was. Tyson came back and never had the Customato in his corner again, which was the guy who was pretty much there with him when he was really knocking these dudes down. He had a bunch of guys over there who were in his ring. They were not preparing him for these fights. He was over here hanging out with Don King. He's knocking down 2-3 women before he goes into the ring the night before. Never really got it together at the end of the day. But all of that being said, Tyson, okay, you would be a fool to step into the ring with Tyson and think because he didn't train well so that he wouldn't drop you, okay, like a sack of potatoes if he connected with you even with a bad punch. That's how deadly that guy was in the ring at the end of the day. Okay, that's why that's why Evander Holyfield was hugging him the entire time, headbutting him and biting, and headbutting him and such, because he knew if this guy connected with him once, okay, a good clean connect, that would have changed Evander Holyfield's religion. Okay, not to say that Evander Holyfield is any slouch, but that's why he fought him the way that he did. That's why he was headbutting every 5 seconds that he got the chance to do it, and he had a big head. Okay, so now you're coming over here now. Those guys, I mean, they may not be. They're not championship level anymore, but these are guys over here who can do great. I mean, they're just preternaturally, strong, concise. Knockout power is nothing to sleep on. It's not easy to knock somebody out. It's exactly. Just the body's not designed to just go down from a punch. It doesn't go away.
That's a great point, because people are like, oh, these guys normally walk around 210, right, or 200 or whatever. But yeah, they lose weight so they can have that power when they're at a lower rate. So someone who's 200 pounds, 240 pounds or whatever, they're going down to what, 220 or whatever to trim down. They still have that big power. You can't. The power in 220 is not the same thing as 170 brought down. It's not the same thing. That's why these guys go down. They want to bring as much power as possible. And it's shit. Look, the truth of the matter is, I don't even want this fight. I want to see the Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia fight the following week. That's what I'm going to see. I think they're going to have that at Cowboy Stadium.
I just don't think it's good for boxing. I just don't think it's good for boxing.
I think it needs to be stopped.
It's all the negative. It's every negative stereotype about boxing at the end of the day. And it's not just that it's not just that it's a negative stereotype about boxing. It's with some of the top tier boxers in history that you're going to be putting in the ring right now. It's a spectacle. It's a comedy.
That's what it is, a spectacle.
And I just don't like it. I understand there's going to be the other thing. Oh, if they want to fight and they're fit, let them go over there. If you've ever been in a professional fight, I'm not talking a street fight. If you've ever been in a professional fight, you did some amateur work, or you did some martial arts, okay, you have an understanding of what that situation is like, okay, and what comes, what's being brought to the table when you do it. It's not a joke, it's not a game, and the better you are at it, the more that you have the potential to do some real harm to somebody at the end of the day. These guys have a clear understanding of that, and I don't understand why they would be getting they don't need the money, I don't understand.
I think they do. I think that's the big thing. I think they do.
They don't need the money. Roy Jones was never profligate. Roy Jones was never profligate with his stuff. He's okay, and I know Tyson is. I know Tyson is okay at this point in his life. Maybe not at one point, but at this point he's okay. This is not like. I mean, this isn't Joe Louis when the government was after him and he was pretty much just stringing stuff along, and even he was better off than what they were saying was the situation. Was saying what the situation was. He was pretty much getting everybody to pay for him, so he was he wasn't like totally down and out. So you ask, why you what are you doing? And then is this really like if this is your last fight, this is the fight that you want to have? This is the because pretty much people remember the last thing that you do. Is this the fight that you want to be that's gonna be defining your legacy at the end of the day?
I know, but like you said, there's not the money. I think it is. They're saying, and this is, we always take these things with a grain of salt, but they're saying Roy Jones Jr.'s net worth is about $5 million with his house and stuff like that, and Tyson's is about $3 million. So these guys are not making the money or the adulation that they once were making. And of course, these guys are used to doing these type of things and people lauding them and stuff like that. And so they want to go back to that. They're trying to recapture their youth. It's like a high school football star saying, hey, let me try to get this again. But the money is definitely part of it. When someone's offering you $10 million and, or $3 million, that makes a big difference. So when you say it's not the money, I think it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
Well, I would say I would go differently with it and say I would go back to what Cal's sort of saying is like not even the legacy part, but you don't want that last bar on your great legacy like Sugar Ray Leonard and Camacho, where someone's just beating the hell out of you. And because Roy Jones been trying to line him up before this, like Bernard Hopkins decided he wanted to do him and Roy part 3. And I was just like, and Roy was like, already, I'm gonna beat that big headed. And it's like, no, he's lining you up. You could win, but it was so even both fights. How much rust you have? He's been in the ring a little bit soon, more recent than them. He's already lining them up to lose. Now they're just gonna be just this big. Now they just look bad on screen. It just looks terrible. And then they like look at them as the bad guys when the promoters are like Tyson and Roy Jones. Like no one thought of that because we knew they were in different weight classes, And it's like that. It was the friend of Jack Johnson. There's like a lighter weight white dude where they have an exhibition fight, and the white dude's like, you know what? I'm gonna steal a punch on Jack Johnson, and steals on him and drops him, and the next Jack Johnson gets up and he just like beats him in. Like that's not how the script. This is an exhibition, and just beats him down. And that's what you want it to be. And I was thinking 3 rounds exhibition. They're making it into 8. No, this is terrible. And they're just gonna get lined up for real fights later, and it's not gonna go good.
They're not gonna do real fights. They're not gonna do real fights. They cannot.
Hey, champ, you can do it. I know. Look what you look great out there. You can do it.
You do $10 million. You're gonna get a couple of endorsements. You call it a day. You don't fight Shannon Briggs. You don't fight, any of the Klitschko's. You don't fight anybody who's retired right now. Hell, you don't fight George Foreman. You leave him alone too.
I would totally agree with that one too. I
got what you sent me, man. He doesn't need the money.
He's worth $3 million. Did you read the whole article?
He's only worth $3 million.
$3 million. So that's why.
He's worth only $3 million? Only 3? Oh wow, poor baby. You don't need the money.
Right, but 300 million is what he was. He's 300 million is what he had before.
That's what you had before. You didn't spend it. He's a boxer. Okay, it's like being a musician. You don't get credit for investing the money and having more. You get credit for not spending it all. That's what it is.
Yeah, but there's a lifestyle they want to go back. 3 million.
Look at Mike Tyson. Look at Mike Tyson in comparison to some of these other cats. It's not that his net worth, okay, is 3 million. It's that he actually has a net worth.
Yes.
Okay, he's not broke. The government's not after him for money. He's fine. You don't need this money.
Well, I mean, reality, Mike Tyson, you see Mike Tyson, he does a couple of signatures, he's making money. He gets called in for appearances, he gets paid. He goes to boxing matches free, he gets to restaurants. Yes, I mean, he's not living the lifestyle we are living, clearly. Because people, wherever he goes, they're going to be like, oh, that's Mike Tyson. Oh, this is for free. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm trying to say? Let's put him on the boat. You know, no problem.
No, of all the old pros, when they sit him with the old pros, he's the guy. He can speak, even though he speaks the same way he spoke back in the day. But you can understand him as far as how he normally is. He's not like punchy and whatnot. He's clear. He knows about fighting. He can talk. He can actually go through the science and then say, I just throw some punches. He can talk about the science still. Getting back in the ring is only going to take some of that away. And he's in a really good place. Like, that's the thing. We don't even hear from Lennox Lewis. And he is the scientist. We got Tyson out. He's always been Gary.
But Lennox Lewis got all his money. He got out at the top of the game.
He's smart. He got out. He got some friends with rappers. He don't come out. We haven't heard anything about him. But then he can come back and fight. And look at his last fights. He was like, I'm just gonna throw a couple bombs at the end while I'm getting beat up and win.
Yeah,
that's what he.
So listen to crazy. Lennox Lewis is. They say he has a net worth of 140 million. So tell me, what madness is that? That man don't got a box. He's like, yo, I'm copacetic, baby.
Neither of them have the box. Neither of them need to do this.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I can understand. Look, you're broke. You got creditors. This, that. Once you have, come on, this dude has a net worth of $3 million. Once you have something, even if you have bad accountants, these guys could lock that into something where you could be generating enough where you got spending money of like $40,000 a month without touching your principal. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to do. So. Or maybe, I'm sorry, maybe not 40,000, but you could have a few thousand. You could have a few thousand easy to spend a month just based on that 3 million without ever touching your principal. That's not too hard to do for these cats. You don't need this money, okay? You don't. And then it's not like Tyson's getting 100 million. We're to the point where like, hey, even I might consider getting in the ring and getting my head knocked up, a couple of times. He's getting 10. Yeah. He's getting 10.
Yeah, we're just dreading this Saturday. We're dreading it.
Yeah, we are. So I guess, hey, let's wrap it up. So if you guys like this show, please comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up.
Wait a second. You got to say, who's your money on?
I just said we're not going to watch the madness. Why am I going to put money on this, bro?
I'm saying the money, it goes to the promoters and the money. Boxing. It doesn't go. Nobody wins. Out of the two fighters, neither of them win. You can't even bet on them.
My money is on.
But that's it. I'm not going to the promoter. Then if that's the case, I want the boxer to get the money because it's like the promoters have already been raping these dudes for years. So I'm not even down with that at all.
Yes.
So if you're going to do this, Tyson wins.
California. I say California wins.
You already brought up Nate Robinson being in it. It's a cash grab.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. The promoter's good promoter. I wonder if it's not Aram, clearly somebody else, but no, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Lennox Lewis, 140 million, married a ex runner-up to Miss Jamaica. He's just banking his loot. That's the way you do it, baby. You know what I'm trying to say? You stay out of the thing. That's what you make your money. It does. I'm sorry for the dude, bro. But spin a rack. Out. Later.